to quell the ongoing disquiet within the coalition party as to who will be the running mate for Raila Odinga come August the 9th. Now, the council resolved to form an advisory committee that will recommend suitable candidates for the position of Deputy President. The council also resolved to form a coalition election board that will be mandated to recommend suitable candidates for various elective positions in areas where more than one aspirant from the affiliate parties in the coalition have declared their interest to vie for one elective seat.
Mandated the National Coalition Executive Committee to immediately recommend suitable qualified individuals to be appointed to the following party organs: A. Coalition Election Board, B. Coalition Elections Appeal Board, C. National Disciplinary Committee, D. Dispute Resolution Panel. The Council also resolved to appoint an advisory panel to recommend to the presidential candidate suitable candidates for nomination as the deputy presidential candidate. 3. Directed the National Coalition Executive Committee to immediately prepare a campaign strategy and plan that will ensure: 1. The Azimio la Umoja One Kenya presidential candidate wins the 2022 presidential election. 2. Azimio la Umoja One Kenya forms the next government. And 3. Azimio la Umoja One Kenya forms the majority in parliament and in all 47 county assemblies of our blessed republic.
All right, now our reporter Grace Gango is on that beat and she attended the event. Grace is joining us live from our city center studio. Grace, what insight do you have from what transpired earlier on?
All right, thank you, Trix. And just as you said earlier, the council, the Azimio la Umoja One Kenya Alliance council members, they resulted to relying on an advisory committee so that they can select the candidates that they feel like they're going to carry the flag as the deputized Raila Odinga. Remember this, they only have until Thursday next week, following a statement by the IEBC that gives all presidential hopefuls until the 28th of April, which is Thursday, when they can name their running mate. This, of course, has been quite a headache, of course, to Azimio. We have the Wiper Kalonzo Musyoka and his allies maintaining that he's the preferred candidate. We also have the Women League of the Azimio fronting Martha Karua, saying that she's, she has all that it takes to deputize Raila. We also have the Mount Kenya region. Of course, they're saying they are not going to settle for anything less than the deputy president slot, of course. But when it comes to Mount Kenya, of course, it's not all members that are for that. Others are saying all they want is just to know their share of Odinga's government in the Odinga's government, that is after post the August 9 polls. This is quite an intrigue, of course. It's something that, of course, is going to really, we're going to look into it because, just like I said earlier, it's until Thursday next week. They have until Thursday next week should the statement by IBC not be opposed. So, like I said, it's quite a challenge that has given the coalition quite a headache. There are some instances where, of course, people even thought there could be a split, but we are onto that, and we're just going to see what the advisory committee will come up with, the names that they will be fronted, and who will come out as the best candidate that will be chosen to deputize Raila. Also, the committee has also resulted to giving the Executive Council the mandate of appointing an election board where they are going to settle on consensus in areas so that they can know which party. Remember, Azimio has 26 political parties. What this board is going to do is just going to ensure that they pick out the party that they feel is stronger in regions so that, they can carry home. Remember, all these parties want and all these leaders want is just to ensure that they have as many members of parliament or as a huge representative in the 14th parliament. So that is their main goal, and they're saying that they're going to focus on having a consensus in regions where they feel like there are more parties in the Azimio that are also fielding candidates, so they can settle on one candidate. Of course, quite an intrigue. Remember, there are some parties under the coalition that maintain that they're not going the consensus way. We have, for example, the DAP DAP Kenya that has stood firm to maintain that, of course, they are going to field candidates in all the elective posts. Of course, all these things rounded up, we're just going to see how this board that the Executive Council of the Azimio is going to do on it. They also, of course, came up with a strategy on how they're going to sell Raila Odinga, just to ensure, or just to make sure that he's going to, take over after President Uhuru Kenyatta steps down this August. Of course, quite an intrigue. They promise that they're going to ensure that they mobilize, they go to the grassroots and ensure they have as many votes as they possibly can. But of course, the main thing that we are looking out for, other than that, is we also have Nairobi, for example. When it comes to consensus, we want to see how that is going to be tabled out, or how that's going to be played out, because we have the ODM and Jubilee, of course, wanting to carry the day. That is for the gubernatorial seat and also for the senator seat. All that, we're just going to see how the consensus is going to play out. Remember, the battle for Nairobi actually got a bit interesting after a corporate mogul, Polycarp Igathe, was actually fronted to be part of the gubernatorial seat for Nairobi. Quite interesting, quite an intrigue. But as I said earlier, those are just some of the deliberations that happened today. And we're just going to be standby because, like I said, we only have until Thursday next week to actually know who will deputize who in the Azimio coalition and also in the Kenya Kwanza coalition. Back to you in studio.
Thank you very much, Grace, for that comprehensive takedown of what happened and the dynamics that surround that particular decision. That is very important, and everyone's looking forward to that. But meanwhile, on the other side of the political